Hey everybody, Mntdewmania here, and welcome to a challenge for you. This is my take on the One Chunk Challenge. A long time ago, I got but was told about the One Chunk Challenge by Eddie Magpie. Him and Trionus and I were just talking about challenge maps one day that I can remember, that I can recall. It's been a long time ago. And they mentioned the One Chunk Challenge. And most people know what it is. You can do it several different ways. I'll explain that in a little bit. But basically you have a chunk in Minecraft is 16 by 16. And usually from sky limit to bedrock. That's considered a chunk. I will show you if I can remember how. I think it's F3G. That is, you can see I'm in the chunk. This is a chunk right here. Okay? That's the border you can't go across. Inside is a 16 by 16 all the way to bedrock, all the way to the sky. That's a chunk. Okay? Alright, let me pour you. There we go. Okay, so I've always wanted to do it, and I've always kind of I don't know if I would be good at it, you know. And when you YouTube, you think you want people to be interested. But it's always been kind of sitting on a back burner, percolating away. And I've played with it, and I've messed around with it, then I get, no, that sucks. But I've come up, you guys know how OCD I am. It can get ridiculous sometimes, especially when you watch me build. But I started thinking about it along those lines. How OCD could I make the One Chunk Challenge to the point that it would drive people crazy? Okay? In other words, put y'all on my level. Okay? So, now there are one chunk maps. I have seen a sky block, which is 16 by 16 by 16, meaning not floor to ceiling, so to speak, but 16 down. And then 16 across and 16, you know. And then I have seen a map that is a one chunk. It's one chunk in a void from ceiling to bedrock. I have seen that kind of map. A lot of people do world border. They put the world border around a chunk. I think it's like / world border minus set 16 or something like that. That might be it. I think. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, let me show you some things that I have come up. I have come up with an easy mode and a hard mode. You can flip these around or come up with your own, but I want to show you how OCD I got with this, okay? Easy mode. It can be on land, but you have to build a fence around it. That means potentially things can wander in, okay? You can also leave, but it has to be every 16 days or episodes if you are a YouTuber or streamer. But you can only leave for 16 minutes. Okay? The hard mode, you can't leave, but you can have a fence instead of using world border or a void map. So you have the potential for something to come in. Okay? You can have 16 item mods and 16 help mods. They have to include the child mods. They have to equal 32. Okay, I will get in that a little bit later. On the hard mode, you can only have 16 mods. Only 8 can add items to the game. The other ones have to be like journey map or quick leaf decay or something, you know, inventory tweaks. It doesn't actually add an item to the game. It just maybe adds an ability, okay? You can dig in your chunk all the way to bedrock on the easy mode. On hard mode, you can dig your chunk all the way to bedrock. That's only fair. Okay? You can build 16 levels up and 16 levels down. You see the word and. Okay? If you want to play with that, I would allow it. You could build 32 up or 32 down. Okay? But past that, that's it. On the hard mode, you can only build a total of 16. So it would have to be 16 up or 16 down, or a combination of maybe 8 up and 8 down. It has to be the total 16. Okay? Easy. You can have as many animals as you want at one time. Ever how you decide to build will probably have something to do with that. Hard mode. You can only have 16 animals total at one time. Okay? Journey map. You can only have 16 waypoints at one time. If you have a journey map and you decide that you're going to leave every 16 episodes, you can only have 16 waypoints. If you get more than that, you have to delete one of the other ones. To be fair, on the hard mode, you can build a nether portal, but you can only use it 16 times. I will allow that. You may fish when you leave your chunk, but it has to be within that 16-minute time limit, okay? On hard mode, you can only fish on your allowed chunk. Easy. You can have your chunk in any biomes that you choose. Hard. Your entire biome has to be within the same chunk. Think about that. Easy. You are allowed to change your surface level within your chunk to anything you want. That's 16 by 6. That's 256 blocks. Okay? On hard mode, you can only change a total of half of your surface, or a total of 128 blocks. On easy, you may only have 16 double chests at one time for storage. I'm talking vanilla chests. On hard, you may only have 16 single chests for your storage. Vanilla chests. You can use all the slots in your inventory, but stacks all have to be 16 each. Okay? Meaning you can use all this that you want, but each stack has to be 16. And on hard, you only get to use your hotbar. But to be fair, I might change that to, since there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're getting 9. I might change that to maybe you could have 32 in a stack. I don't know. That could be played with, okay? You can eat or drink anything you want for food on the easy. You can only eat or drink something 16 times in a row, then you have to switch. Easy. You can only have a total of 16 items enchanted at once. Hard. You can only have a total of 16 enchants on all of your items together. That includes armor, weapons, whatever. A total of 16 enchants. Easy. You can only grow 16 plants at any one time, but they don't have to be the same. I'm talking 16 blocks, not 16 rows, 16 individual plants, okay? On hard, you can only grow 16 plants at one time, but they all have to be the same. If you want something else, you have to dig everything up and plant something else. Easy. Use arrows and potions in any way, but only 16 in a stack, okay? Hard. You can only use any potion or special arrow a total of 16 times. Okay? That does not count for regular arrows. You can use those as long as there's 16 in a stack. No infinity if you want to make it harder. Okay? And of course, rule number 16, have fun. Okay, now let me give you an idea of what I was talking about. Look at some of I have a total of 32 mods, okay? Some of these add actual items or blocks to the game. Some of these only add help, okay? Like, of course, bird's nest, water strainer, tumbleweeds, okay? But other things like JEI, JER, better FPS, I added backpacks, just, to give an idea. If you add something like backpacks, then, I mean, that's, not really going to help you. Spice of life, to make the eating harder. Chisel mod, just to kind of get for fun. But you notice down the corner I added real-time clock, so I can time 16 minutes, okay? Quick leaf decay doesn't add items, but it does help with ability, okay? Just a few fish. There are, I don't know if you can see any, but there are little fish swimming around, okay? This is just an idea, okay? Inventory tweaks. Clarity mod helps me see in the water. Of course, you wouldn't add that if you got the void map. You know what I'm saying? And then there was 6 child mods. Okay, like eat the eggs. I tried to keep this as vanilla as I could. Like eat the eggs adds recipes for eggs. If you wanted to add something like Pam's Harvest Craft that has over 60 crops, you got to remember the 16 rule. Okay. Now, let me show you real quick just some ideas if you were to do this, how to make it a little more interesting or fun, especially if you stream or do YouTube, okay? Let your subs pick the biome. Pick super hard biomes like totally desert, or, maybe the nether, or just something weird and out of, like a ice, maybe an ice biome or something. Let your subs pick at least half your mods. You pick 16 and let them pick 16. Pick a mod like Blood Moon, a little more mayhem. Use some sort of timer during your video to put pressure on your stuff, like I've got the clock down there. Try using the mod The Wastelands by Easy Terry. He has another one called Wasteland Meteors. That would be awesome to do this in. Check them out on Curse Launcher. Use a mod like Chance Blocks or Loot Bags for a little extra fun. Try using the mod Evil Ocean by Cormac911. That is an excellent one. If not modded, then let fans vote on gifts that they can give you. Like you can get 16 gifts or something. Try adding the Ruins mod and living on one of the pirate ships. Okay. There should be there has to be at least 16 rules that you need to follow. Let your fans pick them. Try doing this challenge, but live underground in a chunk. Okay. How thick is your chunk? Is it 16 by 16 by 16? Is it ceiling to bedrock? Is it one layer? Okay. There are gray areas in these sets of rules if you think about it. Okay? How can I get to the end with no portal? There are mods that supply ways to get to the end, and didn't I tell you that you can pick where you want your chunk to be? What's below you? You and a friend put chunks side by side and have a chunk battle. Okay? Now, there are a million different ways you can do this. Like I said, there are chunk maps. You can do world border. You can be out in the middle of the ocean and have a chunk, and it could be covered with cobblestone. It could have one piece of dirt in the middle. Nothing under you. This little island was here, and I took down one tree and moved it over. It was outside the chunk. I cut down another tree. This was sort of here, like this, but if I wanted to stay inside the chunk, I would have a way to fish, but I could also get spawns from the rest of the island. Mobs could come in. I could build up here, have one level But if you do stuff like cork or something like that that adds the guardians to the ocean, you would not want to fall off. You know what I'm saying? That would be a bad day. Now, you can do this on land. You could do it, but you're going to have to think about where you want your chunk. Okay? And you want to think about, do I want to build 16 up and 16 down, or would it be more beneficial to build 32 just up or 32 just down? With the hills being here and the tree being here, and because I didn't change any of this, I just built it just like this. The reason being, along this, if I don't put the world border up, mobs can come in. Okay, I have the potential. I could put one tree. Okay, these leaves are within my chunk. If you want to make it even harder, these leaves are in my chunk. If I don't get a sapling, I'm screwed, because I don't have any saplings. There could be an end portal right below me. So, there you go, guys. This is Mntdewmania's insane one chunk OCD challenge. Okay? These are just some rules that you might want to, it is not a guarantee. There are a million different ways you could do this challenge. Okay? You could go with 16 mods that all add blocks or items to, you could go, and speaking of stopping the rain, I almost did add in the weather mod. Can you imagine being stuck on one chunk and a tornado coming? Yeah, So, like I said, there are a million ways you could play this. There are a million different combinations of mods you could use. You could do this extremely hard. You could make it a lot easier. The choice is yours, but I did want to show that there are some kooky ways you could do this, and if you are as OCD as I am, there are some interesting ways to do this as well, okay? So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you do take up the OCD One Chunk Challenge. I would love to check out any videos you do, screenshots. I'll post them on my Facebook page. And, yeah, let me know if you do this and have fun with it. Thanks for the idea, Trionus and Eddie Magpie, way back in the day. I didn't forget. So, for now, guys, I'm so out of here. Later.